Hello and welcome to Warp Factor Unknown, the podcast where we delve into the world of Star Trek for an unpredictable rewatch and discussion. I'm your host Dan, and joining me today is the only person to have failed the Kobayashi Maru before he even walked in the room, Tom.
Guilty as charged. Nice to be here, everyone.
Fantastic. And we're here for Season 2 of Warp Factor Unknown, our first episode of Season 2. And today, we are talking about Lower Decks, Season 1, Episode 1, Second Contact. And, as promised, we're going to try and recap the episode before we start just rambling about it. So I have here an expertly put together by a totally human synopsis rundown of the episode in question, and we're going to give that read through. So, to take us on this journey of Lower Decks, I present you Thomas.
Ensign Beckett Mariner, a rule-breaking, free-spirited officer, is partnered with the overly eager and by-the-book Ensign Brad Boimler. They are tasked with the most mundane jobs on the ship. Meanwhile, Ensign Devan Attendi, a new medical officer, is excited to join the crew and gets her first taste of sickbay duties. Boimler is given a secret mission by Captain Freeman to monitor Mariner's behaviour. During a second contact mission on the planet Galadon, Boimler and Mariner encounter a giant spider-like creature. Mariner reveals she's been smuggling farming equipment to help the Galadians. Ensign Rutherford, a recently enhanced cyborg, goes on a date with Ensign Barnes, but their evening is interrupted. The ship deals with a viral outbreak that turns the crew into zombies, which Tendi helps to resolve in sickbay. Rutherford joins the defence, while Boimler saves the day with some spider slime. The senior officers take the credit for saving the day.
I think that mostly covers it. I did already know that it was slightly out of order.
Yeah, that's good. It covers the bases.
Excellent. Hopefully, anyone who's not watched the episode now has a vague idea of what's going on. But you're going to have to let us know if you want a longer, more descriptive kind of overview of the episode, or if that's fine, or you just want something shorter. Just let us know if you're one of those people who aren't actually watching along with us. Okay, but I think that's all like the housekeeping stuff out of the way. So now we can waffle.
Absolutely.
Have you got anything to waffle to start off, Tom?
Only that I said to you when we were starting to watch the episode that I thought I'd watched it before, but I didn't remember any of it. And so I think it might have been my first viewing of the first episode of the first season of Lower Decks.
Well, that's good. I mean, like, even if you had watched it before, it would have been a few years ago. So maybe it's been just lost to the mists of time.
Possibly.
Yeah, I had an absolute blast watching this episode. As always with Lower Decks, I can't say I've watched a bad episode of it. And I know we've spoken before about Lower Decks, and we've spoken quite a lot about the opening credits, opening scene, but I don't know if we've ever spoken about the theme music to Lower Decks. I like it. Not much to say about it. It is very evocative of like the old 90s Trek.
It is.
It's got almost like a Voyager kind of like twang to it.
Yeah.
I love that. It's great.
It really suits the Star Trek sort of universe.
Yeah, you could stick it on like a more serious Star Trek show and it's gone. It's done. Yeah, it works really well. Yeah, just that one. Oh, and also in the opening credits, because we're in season 1, in that opening fight scene, it's just the Romulans and the Borg. There's no whale probe or crystalline entity.
See, I again, that's stuff that I may have heard was there before, but I didn't know.
Yeah. We spoke before that each season they add like a new enemy into that fight scene.
I know they had the big slug type monster.
I like that thing. Yeah.
Was that because it was in this episode that they included it? No, it wasn't in this episode.
No, there was no slug monster. No.
No, I'm thinking of the thing that grabbed.
That's a spider.
The spider.
That was really funny.
Yeah, that was good.
Obviously, I watched it a few times, as I always do. So I clocked quite a few little details. One of the very small minor things I picked up on was on the bridge I think it's at helm. The character is there. I am reasonably sure, I'm going to say 60% sure, that is the guy who ascended to the koala in the episode we watched in season 1. I think it's in Moist Vessel. I'm fairly certain it's him.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's amazing. There's kind of like internal continuity within its own show.
I love that episode.
That was really funny, yeah. So I like that. I forget what that guy was called, but I like that. That was good. Do you want to talk about Second Contact as a concept?
Yeah, I think it's really clever because the whole of Next Generation, of course, is built around, well...
First Contact.
I guess the whole of Star Trek, really.
The vast majority,
you are the first to visit a planet, first to visit a species, first to visit whatever. And it's great that this series focuses on the second...
The follow-up. What happens after Picard's been...
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So all the important work's been done, and now these guys...
Just setting up a radio so they can talk to everyone else. I love it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Like, the only exception to that is, obviously, DS9. A lot of its premise is sort of being around Bajor and helping them sort of rebuild and what have you. So that's very much a Second Contact plus. Yeah, it's nice to be reminded that that's kind of what the main focus of the Cerritos is just the minor mundane stuff. And even with the Cerritos, we're now focusing on the minor mundane characters. Love it. Absolutely love it.
I like the fact they've all got different ambitions. Like, some of them want to obviously go up the ranks. Boimler is incredibly strict on himself in this episode, which is good to see. With the rules, everything followed to the letter. But even he lightens up towards the end of this episode. He
loosens up a little bit. He sort of sees how the senior officers are sometimes just dicks, and they will take the glory for themselves. And I like how he sees that, and he sees that sort of dual side sort of things, and those personal friendships. Sometimes a bit better. I do love the opening, very first scene when it has the shot of the Cerritos, and you can just hear Boimler doing his captain's log, and it sounds like a captain's log. He's in the captain's voice. Oh, it's so good.
He's actually doing it in the closet.
That's really funny.
That is good.
I never understood, or I guess related to, like, in Star Trek when they do those personal logs. Oh, that's such a weird thing to do, like you just said, talking to them. But I'm thinking, well, actually, no, nowadays, things like TikTok and Instagram, people just are constantly vlogging themselves.
Yeah.
It's not... I've never done anything like that on TikTok or anything like that, but just showing their whole daily lives, and it's a crazy concept that's kind of what they're expected to do. It's just so normal.
But it makes me wonder, do they have followers of their personal blogs? Because the whole thing built around Instagram and TikTok is that other people view it and comment on it and like it.
Yeah.
So maybe in the Star Trek universe, can people like your personal logs if you choose to make it public?
Or does somebody review it? Is it like, 1984 where there's like Big Brother watching all these officers' logs? It's like, a bit of dissent here, I see. Or whatever. Yeah.
But no, that's true. It is similar to today, and how people are with their public activities.
Yeah. I think it's great. Okay. Captain Freeman is a bad parent.
Yes.
That's my statement, which also extends to, potentially, a bad captain. Okay, so obviously she doesn't see any strengths or positives within Mariner, and she just tries to brute force the problem with orders and, trying to make her fit the mould. And as a parent and as a captain, who sends somebody to spy on their kid or junior officers with the sole intention of having that person be demoted or reassigned or, other form of punishment? What is she doing? That is absolutely insane.
That is terrible parenting right there. And also terrible captaining because, what you're going to think if someone asks you to spy on... I mean, he didn't know that this was her...
Mum, no. That gets revealed later on.
Yeah, but even so, you'd be like, I don't know if I feel comfortable.
I mean, what if that got out? Like, the rumour starts spreading that the captain secretly spies on you. That is like toxic work environment 101. That's awful, yeah. So, I do like Freeman as a captain. I do think he's very good. But that was definitely like red flag.
Yes,
sort of thing.
Yeah. And I don't know if that relationship, that dynamic gets improved as the season goes on. I'm sure it does. But it started off pretty harsh.
But they do have some moments, and there are some times when they sort of work more closely together and find their understanding. Okay. Holodeck. Or holodeck / the tour that Boimler and Mariner were giving Tendi. I like the tour. It was really good. I thought it was a great scene. And at one point, Boimler says that the bridge is cool. And Mariner's like, the bridge is not cool. I'm like, no, I think the bridge is cool. Like, if I could just go visit any one room in a starship, I think you'd start at the bridge, surely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe the holodeck, but if you, because the holodeck can be anything. So yes, the bridge. And the bridge is cool. Do you think the bridge is cool?
The bridge is definitely cool. At the core, I mean, the warp core, which she visited, I think was a highlight
so
of the
funny.
holodeck trip to me. It was just of all the places he could have gone to in the universe, he chose there.
And I think that's really telling of his character. Like he's just hook, line, and sinker in with Starfleet.
Yeah.
And in her own way, so is Mariner. She also loves Starfleet. Just otherwise she wouldn't be there.
True.
She's the kind of person who would just quit and leave. But no, she does love it. Yeah, it's really funny. That was really, really funny. But actually on that... Wait, no, before we get to that. Is the warp core cooler than the bridge?
I would say it depends on what you're interested in. If you like your engineering stuff, or if you like your...
And it might depend on the warp core to which bridge.
Yeah.
Like...
Because you could go to any bridge.
Yeah, but they're all different, aren't they? It's like... okay. I'm now trying to think of all the bridges. Like, the Enterprise D bridge.
Yeah.
That's a good bridge. I also... What bridges do I like?
Voyager bridge?
I like the Voyager bridge. It's a good bridge, yeah. Not too fussed about, like, the Defiant bridge. It's fine. Okay, warp cores. The original Star Trek warp core, it's fine.
A bit basic. Yeah.
Limited with a set at the time.
Yeah.
I like the Voyager warp core. It's a good engine room there. I like that one. Yeah. Any favourite warp cores? Any favourite bridges?
I'm just trying to think now. My Star Trek warp core knowledge is a bit outdated because it's been a few years since I've really... I mean, this now is great because I'm catching up on my Star Trek again, but now I need to brush up on my warp cores. Yeah,
I like Enterprise's warp core because it's a very different design. You can... I'm going on an Enterprise tangent.
Well, it's not a rant.
No, it's not a rant, no.
Okay.
I like an Enterprise. And especially if you've watched all the other Star Trek as well, especially the original series. They took design elements from the original series and later Trek and almost de-evolved it, if that makes sense. So, for example, Hoshi, the communications officer, has a little earpiece like Uhura does.
Yeah.
Because they would have carried on it before that. And the warp core is a little bit evocative, kind of, to Kirk's Enterprise, in the way it looks, but also it has kind of got the flashy lights in there, so it almost, you can see, in like 100 years or whatever, it would actually become a full glass tube. Yeah. So there was quite a few things in Enterprise, little design details that they took care with, and here's this tech they have in later Star Trek, but we're going to go back in time.
De-evolve it almost.
I like that. I'm an Enterprise fanboy. Come at me.
It's good to know these things. It shows the care they took in making it.
Yeah. Okay, but back to the holodeck and that whole scene. That was mine. Was
that your next thing? Yeah. Yeah, I was just going to say the holodeck scene is just fantastic because it's just the fact that it's extra detailed as well. And
you mean the gym scene?
The gym scene.
Yeah,
we can't see anything, of course, but we can imagine what was actually going to happen. I just thought that was it's just a good scene to put in.
I was really funny. I liked it because it shows like a realistic use for the holodeck, which is porn. There's no way that the holodecks on all the ships aren't just used constantly for sex stuff.
Absolutely not. No.
Right, because they're filthy. I think Picard's the weird one for doing Dixon Hill. He invites like Beverly Crush along to the holodeck, and she thinks they're going for like a romantic something or other.
Yeah.
Something a bit risque, and he's like, "Oh, actually, serious stories." Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. If there's going to be any new technology, it's guaranteed it can be used for other purposes.
I mean, like, one of the first things that VRs did was that content, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I've heard.
I don't have a VR.
No, I do, but I can only imagine it gets used for nefarious purposes from other people.
Some people, who that's pretty funny. However, I got like a counterpoint to that. Mariner's just met Tendi, like, within the last 45 minutes. Who shows their porn to a new acquaintance? That's weird. Yeah. If you meet someone new and one of the first things they do is show you their porn, their sexual fantasies, I wouldn't want to hang out with that person again. I don't think it's a bit of a step.
It's quite forward to start with, but Yeah, maybe that's just the way she is.
Yeah, she's just like, you know,
I
like,
want to include this new friend and everything.
yeah, like, hi, nice to meet you. Here's my fantasies. Want to join? Yeah, because they don't show them leaving the holodeck.
No, they don't.
Maybe
no.
they went for a workout. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did think that was weird, but it was a good scene. I did enjoy that. Down on the planet now, so we're now on the Caledonian, Gala something, whatever the planet was called.
Yep, Gandalorian.
Yeah,
Something like that, wasn't it?
Gandalf Town, whatever.
Yeah.
Few things. First of all, the aliens, the Caledonians, I thought they looked a little bit like some of the generic aliens you see in Rick and Morty. Did you get that design? Because kind of at the same time they came out.
Yeah, because they were very basic looking aliens.
Yeah, quite short, very colourful.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't have been out of place in a Rick and Morty episode.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Not a Star Trek-y kind of aliens you sort of normally expect.
But they suited the episode well.
They did suit the episode well. They were really good. They were, as far as like an alien race goes, pretty good. Okay, the car. Do you know where the car's from?
No.
It's the car that Picard uses in Nemesis.
No way.
I'm almost certain it's the Dune buggy. Did they go?
Yeah.
You know when they're on like a desert planet and they're racing around and they find like a leg of like a Data and like a hand. Oh no, it's not Data. It's here's the prototype B4. B4. Yeah, it's in one of the movies. So I love that. Good callback.
That is good.
Yeah,
There's probably so many Easter eggs in every single episode.
Oh yeah,
if you're a real Star Trek fan,
unlike us, yeah. Just miss it, yeah. Which I kind of like that there are so many little callbacks. Some of the little ones I noticed too. There was a Benzite in the background. You know, the guy that.
Oh yes, I noticed that as well. Yeah.
And one of the crew had a visor like Geordie LaForge.
Yeah.
Just like little tons and tons and tons of little rep callbacks, which just work for the fans.
You can tell the creators of the show are all probably super Star Trek fans.
Yeah, they must have Memory Alpha open the entire time.
yeah.
When they go see the farmers, the spider farmers. And you know, they had that little argument, and Mariner gets out of the crate the shovel and hoe. It has like a computer on it and like dials. And I was like, what does that do? What does a space shovel do that a regular shovel doesn't?
It's probably a smart shovel. So
I was really trying to think of. For the past few days I've been trying to rack my brain what possible thing it could do, and I've got nothing. I have no idea what else it could do to improve upon being a shovel.
I guess it does the digging for you, and then
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's got some kind of like anti-grav kind of thing on there, so it makes the shoveling easier.
That's good. Yeah.
That could be it. Yeah. And the hoe is just more hoey.
An electric hoe, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
So.
But I thought that was interesting. I was like, they just made it a space tool for.
Yeah.
Because that is exactly what happened on like TNG. They would hand you this random prop.
Yeah.
And it would just be spacified.
Yeah.
For no reason. Yeah.
Good old TNG.
Oh, I really liked the bit. You know, again, we're on the planet when they're running away from the spider. And Mariner's like, I've been on 5 ships and, you know, sentient cave and stuff. It's like, how many planets have you been on? He's like, was it 5?
And then he's like, Vulcan, does that count? No, it doesn't count. You'll be saying that Earth counts next. Actually.
Yeah, okay, it's like, I wouldn't count Earth. I would definitely count Vulcan.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen Vulcan loads in Star Trek. That's pre-alien. Yeah. I would count Vulcan as a planet visited.
I would say so.
Yeah. I wouldn't count like the moon or Mars, maybe, but...
No. So we can safely say he's been to 4 different planets.
Yeah, well, all the other ones are. I can't imagine him going to having been to Risa.
No.
Actually, to be fair, he might be counting Mars.
Yeah, I wonder if they ever reveal it on the rest of the series, like where he's been to.
You'd have to keep a very close eye out. Or check Memory Alpha.
Yeah, true.
You got anything you want to...
No, I mean, I guess we're going to get now onto the spider farming bit, talking about the spider farmers.
Yes, I love the spider farming.
That is my personal favourite part of the episode.
It is.
Where she first of all jumped... Well, I guess they strip off first.
I don't really know what her plan was.
No.
Get naked, jump on spider.
Yeah.
Like, what's that meme? Do this, do that, get rich, profit? Whatever that meme is.
I can't remember, but I just thought it was amazing. And then when he gets caught and gummed. No, because we initially think he's going to get eaten. Yeah, because that's it, end for him. But and then there's that joke about the milk, isn't there?
The milk joke. I was like, she just assumes that they milk it, and then they do. Yeah. And then when he's being gummed, she's like, "Just go to your happy place. Think of the warp core."
Yeah, and he's got this defeated expression on his face towards the end of the gumming.
Yeah, just accepted.
Because
that would be awful.
Because by that point, he's fully nude, I guess, isn't he?
Yeah, his pants have been sucked off.
Which, I guess you go to an alien planet, you go expect something like that to happen. But
that would. I wonder if he's going to write about or talk about that
in
his captain's log. That's really funny. But I still don't quite understand what her plan was. Jumping on it.
No.
I love the other plot, the zombie plot.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? And I was like, Star Trek hasn't really done zombies before. Don't say Borg at me, because they're not really... They're kind of zombies, but they're not zombies. I think of the Borg more like...
Droids.
Yeah, more like the Matrix kind of thing. Like robots as opposed to zombies, I suppose. They're like an evil computer as opposed to a mindless rage monster. So we've not seen much zombies, and I think it's really good. And I was thinking about it, I was like, I can think of one time that Star Trek has properly done zombies, and it's in Enterprise, and they're in like some kind of nebula or weird space, and they come across a Vulcan ship, and all the Vulcan crew members have been emotionally compromised and something, and they're basically zombies. And that was a good episode. It's like quite a bit of a scary episode. And I was like, yeah, space zombies, they should do that more. Zombies are a really flexible format. So is sci-fi and Star Trek. You could just marry the two a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Firefly?
No.
Oh, well,
I know the series. I think I watched the film.
Well, in that case, you've seen the film. So they have space, but kind of space zombies. They're kind of like rage people, like raiders. It works. Sci-fi and zombies works really well. Yeah. They should do that more. I really like that.
Closest I can think about was probably the scariest episode of TNG, which would be the one where they de-evolve and Worf becomes a
big Klingon beast thing. And Reg Barclay becomes a spider.
That's it. Not so much zombie, but the sort of
horror.
The horror element was good. And I think they made the zombies quite scary in this episode.
I mean,
as far as an animated episode can be. The way they moved and the way, when they came up in the elevator.
Yeah.
And they were the turbo pod and they were and then they just ran towards them. I thought, it was done well.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a great action sequence, and it was obviously nicely interspersed with the jokes about the date with Rutherford and what's her name. I liked that little space war. It was good. I enjoyed the entire thing. It was great. I really liked that. And it was a classic Star Trek. just quickly solve the problem, pump a gas through some things, and we're solved. We're done. Great. Yeah. Yeah, I loved it.
It was slime, wasn't it?
The spider slime from the sucking. Yeah. I think it was a little far-fetched that Rutherford called off that relationship because she didn't. It was a funny joke. I enjoyed the joke, but just
because she actually kissed him.
She kissed him. She was well into it.
And what he's thinking is, I don't know this.
I mean, sure, in the moment, it's I can see not being interested in the kiss, but then afterwards, after he's done his diagnostics, and he was saying how amazing she was in every other aspect apart from this one tiny thing. That's his line.
Yeah.
Or maybe she called it off. Maybe just no, too much cyborg man.
But I loved that when he his implant was malfunctioning, but she's talking about something, and then the implant works. He goes, illogical. I love that.
Yeah, that was good.
I can't remember in what context it was used, but that was.
She'd said, someone she works with doesn't know how to talk to women, and she basically jokes about this guy, and he's like, no, you can't say that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was. They don't really stick with that gimmick of his implant messing up too much. I think it's good. I think it's a pretty good gimmick that he would occasionally just it's almost a bit like having given him Tourette's, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think they stick with that. I guess it's a shame. I do like Rutherford. He's a good character. They're all good. I like all the main characters. No complaints of any of them.
Because there's a few new ones that aren't in this one that obviously get introduced as the season goes on.
Yeah, some of the like some of the more of the bridge crew get fleshed out a bit. Like Shax, the big security guy, he's great. Ramsden, the first officer, obviously he gets turned into a zombie, so there's not too much for him in this one.
How about the cat lady?
Oh, the doctor, yeah, she's in quite a bit. Yeah,
but isn't there another cat person that comes in later in the series? What am I thinking of? Is it the same one?
No, you're thinking of the animated series. There's a cat lady in Hell.
I thought she was in Lower Decks. I thought she came into Lower Decks. That same cat lady that's in... Oh, yes, I think it is Lower Decks. Not Lower Decks, sorry.
Animated series.
Yes.
The cat that does that weird sexy purr.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget her name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I assume they're the same species, but I guess it's not impossible there are two separate planets that have humanoid, feline...
Yeah.
Because they look very different. I mean, everyone looks like humans, so...
Tiana is obviously the one from...
This Lower Decks.
Yeah.
Oh, at the end, the final bar scene, when Mariner's like, "Oh, Boims, you're a worker drone, but a weasel," and then there's a little man. That's really funny.
It's like a very concealed compliment.
That's really,
in there somewhere.
That's really, really funny. That's a good joke. But then I like how she then just starts rambling about being his mentor. "I'll be your Chadich," and all this sort of. He's like, "Oh my god, have you heard of Spock?" He's like, "Yes, I've heard of Spock," and I really liked it. And it's like heard of Kirk and Dan Troy and all these other people that everyone's heard of.
Yeah.
But she throws out Gary Mitchell, and when I first watched it last week, I was like, "I've heard of Gary Mitchell. Who's Gary Mitchell?" And I googled, any ideas who Gary Mitchell is?
No.
I didn't know. You're not going to know. Original series. I had to go onto the internet and memory alpha. Gary Mitchell, from the episode Where No Man Has Gone Before.
Yeah.
And the very, very short rundown of that episode is the Enterprise goes to the galactic barrier. Gary Mitchell gets god powers, turns evil, and he was like... He used to be like Kirk's best friend from back in the academy and stuff. So I think Kirk does his word jujitsu and talks him down and... one episode.
And he's from that episode?
He's from that. That's who Gary Mitchell is. So, obviously, Mariner knows Gary Mitchell.
But I also like the fact that the mum captain was looking on to this conversation.
Yeah.
And saying how much the...
Mariner's there lower decks, lower decks. Yeah,
seeing how much he was, enjoying it there. So, maybe that...
Yeah, I wonder... That's a good point. I wonder if, Captain Freeman, saw that and was like... she's enjoying it. I don't think she does. I think she's like, for fuck's sake. It's just just be normal. But yeah, it's nice. I like that they have that dynamic of insubordination to something. They really trying to hit that nail into the wrong, square nail into a round hole, whatever it is. Yeah, but it's not going to work. You have to. Anyone who's a leader would say that you have to play to these people's strengths. You can't make someone do something. You have to work with them, find what they want to do, and help them achieve that. Not that I am a leader. I don't. No team.
We can imagine how leaders would act. Yeah.
It's like when it's like I could talking about parents, not parents. Like I could totally give advice about how to be a parent. Yeah. Totally, of course, just do this.
Probably better than some parents actually are parents. Because we look at them thinking you are a horrible parent.
Yeah, but then I suspect if someone gave us a kid.
Oh, I'd completely
I'd be worse than the worst.
I would. Yeah, me too. I mean, what is this? Yeah, I'd be the same.
Yeah.
But I also liked that the Admiral came on.
Dad.
Yeah, and I was like, no, she'll be fine with you. Just
obviously he's already tried to deal with her.
Yeah.
You kind of think, oh wait, no, both of them are doing the same thing. Yeah. He's being a bad admiral and a bad dad and a bad captain. Yeah. Don't know what to do with her. Which does make you wonder, other than just being an ensign and enjoying her time and kind of being a rebel, breaking the rules, what does Mariner actually want? Or out of her Starfleet career or her life?
Probably, by the sounds of it, not much at the moment.
Yeah, I think I would say she just wants to happily, breeze through life, have her friends, but she is going out of her way to intentionally annoy people above her.
Yeah.
She obviously wants kind of like a toddler, when they cry out and they tell a little tantrum, they want that attention.
Yeah, even if it's negative.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe she had a bad childhood. Who knows? Yeah. Not that I know anything about psychology. Yeah.
Or parenting.
Yeah, parenting.
No, I think we're both.
Yeah, here's Dan talking about crap he has no idea about again. Yeah. Waffle, of course. That's what we're here for, isn't it? Just to waffle about whatever we want to waffle about.
That's it. Well, I think we've. It's been a well waffled episode.
I think so too.
Good. In a good way, in a positive way.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I think it's a great episode. I've had a lot of fun. Let's rate it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna jump ahead. What do I want to rate it? I don't actually know. I'm gonna rate it quite high, and I'm gonna rate it high because I think as an introduction to a show, like the very first episode is like a hook to get you in. I think it nails it. Like, it just kills it. You know, like the first episode of like TNG. It's alright.
Yeah,
it's fine. I enjoy it, but it's it's not the best. It's not an 8.5. No. But it's this one.
It sets the groundwork.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 8.1 because I think it like just nails it. Like just like the episode on its own is good, but as a show opener, perfect.
Well, having not seen much of the show and not knowing how much of a good episode opener it is, I'm going to rate it based on the strength of the episode alone.
Fair enough.
Which for myself will be a 7.5.
7.5.
I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to watch more episodes of it because hopefully we roll another one. But
yeah.
I just thought it was a great episode. I want to watch more, and that's all you can ask for an opener, isn't it? Is to it wants you wanting more to know the characters better. So
I don't have a single complaint. Like, and even like the negative traits about the captain and stuff like that, they don't make the episode worse. They just sort of intrigue me. It's like, well, why is she so crap? It doesn't make the episode bad. Yeah. Okay. Let's find out. Star Trek Lower Decks Second Contact gets a 6.8.
Does it? That does surprise me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That surprises me greatly. I don't...
Because it
and
is...
and that's got 2,200 ratings, which is quite a lot.
Yeah. But I guess you could say on the whole, people are averaging about 7 to get it down to that. There might be a few 8s, but...
Maybe.
Yeah.
6.8. Wow.
Yeah.
We're normally pretty close to the IMDb.
Normally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
But you're not too... You're only about like half a point off, but yeah.
But still, it's, I aired low from what I was going to give it. I thought, no, I don't know the other series yet, so...
No. Well, there we are.
Okay.
Cool. Well, we now, exciting part of the show, get to select the next episode of Star Trek. I love this part. I love it. As you all know, we're now doing some new rules around our episode selection, and what this means is for this selection, we cannot select Lower Decks. It can't come back up again for this selection. It can come back into running at the end of the next podcast episode. We just want to try and avoid having back-to-back of the same show. We want to kind of keep the variety of Star Trek coming at us, I think. Tom, you have a dice thing? A number thing? Fine. So we're going to have 13 shows? 13
there'll
things?
be 12 now, because...
No, because we added in the movies.
Yes, 13.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm going to do is go to random. It should be already saved on here, so between... it's not. So 1 to 13, we have no repeats, and the quantity is 1. Done. Are you ready?
I am ready.
So, our upcoming season/film is 3.
3.
Which, according to my list, is Enterprise.
Yes! I'm so fucking happy.
Okay. So, this I believe this is our first...
It is our first.
Yeah.
It is our first
okay.
Enterprise, which is fantastic.
I'm glad. I'm really glad, because we've not had one before, and brilliant.
I know, generally speaking... people consider... So there are 4 seasons. People consider season 3 and season 4 the better ones.
Okay.
I wholly agree. They've got some really good writing. But as the Enterprise fanboy, I like them all. I think there's still some really good stuff in the earlier seasons. So I don't mind what we get.
Okay.
Maybe not season 3, because season 3, Tom, actually has... It is a one long continuous story arc.
Okay.
So I'd happily do it, but I'd have to explain to you
everything.
What's happening in season 3.
So we have between 1 to 4.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go 4.
Season 4.
Season 4 has been chosen.
Yeah.
So we now need to know how many episodes are in season 4.
Now, season 4, the final episode of season 4 is considered by some to be one of the worst episodes of Star Trek.
Wow.
And like I haven't seen it in so long, so I don't know. But I think I know why people think it's bad. I understand, but if we get it, we'll go there. Right, okay, there it is. Hold on. 22 episodes.
Okay, that's quite a girthy season.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so 1 to 22. And it's now going to go for episode 8.
Ooh, right. The Awakening. Archer and T'Pol encounter the Cyrenites, the radical group supposedly responsible for terrorist bombing on Vulcan. Ooh. Now, it's actually like an ongoing storyline within Enterprise, and it's one of the reasons I love Enterprise, is it makes the Vulcans interesting and cool and dynamic, and what they do with the Vulcans, chef's kiss. I love it. I mean, maybe it's not, they could have done better, but I like it. I really, really like it. So hopefully we get a bit of context about these bombings and what's been going on, but maybe not, because we're in season 4. But no, that'd be great. And season 3 and season 4 of Enterprise, jazzed up, the theme tune, It's Been a Long Road.
Right.
I think I prefer the season 1 original version, but we'll get the jazzier version. Maybe we'll get one of us to sing it. Definitely not. So yeah, so I've just been gushing over that now. Any thoughts or any apprehension about Enterprise?
No more than any other series of Star Trek I've not seen many episodes of. This is one Enterprise. I mean, I'm more of a traditional. I say traditional. That'd be an original series. TNG, DS9, Voyager.
Yeah.
I have not seen much Enterprise and Lower Decks, obviously. But
so, what you have seen of Enterprise, if you liked it at all, is there anything?
Yeah, I mean, it takes a while to get used to characters, doesn't it?
It always does.
But
any show, yeah.
From what I've seen, I mean, I'll never imagine Scott Bakula as anything other than the Quantum Leap guy. But I will get over this soon, especially now season 4. He'll be more into his acting role. So, yeah.
I mean, no. It just is, Quantum Leap. It must be hard for an actor when they get typecast in the role. I remember I saw an interview with Patrick Stewart. He was talking about why he got out of LA, why he left. I mean, he did more theatre. It was something like he'd auditioned for a movie or a TV show, and the casting person, the director, whoever, said, "Why do I want Captain Picard in my movie?" There's no answer to that. There's no that person's already made their mind up. You're typecast. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
And you can see why Stewart would leave that industry and go somewhere else to try elsewhere, a new tack. Yeah. And it must really suck for a working actor to be typecast.
Yeah.
I wonder if that gives, not just for Star Trek, but for any franchise or anything, like James Bond or Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, yeah.
If you get offered that role, which is a big role to do you have apprehensions about taking it because you're like, oh shit, I'm now going to be known for just being James Bond?
Yeah.
Is that a concern? But also money.
Yeah.
If someone jangles at James Bond the money in front of you, you take it.
It's like, I think Daniel Craig was adamant he wasn't going to be in Bond 25, and then money offers come in, you think, maybe I should.
He's a good Bond, I really like his post-Bond career.
Yeah.
I think I've seen every one of his movies since he's done Bond. Yeah, really good stuff. The Glass Onion ones, and I did one crime movie. He's in prison. Is it Lucky Logan? Lucy Logan?
Logan Lucky.
Logan Lucky.
Yes.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
The film was good, and Daniel Craig just nails it. So yeah, that was anyway.
Yeah.
Scott Bakula. Quantum Leap.
Yeah. But no, to answer your question, I am looking forward to watching. I was going to say Quantum Leap then. I am looking forward to watching.
We could throw an episode of Quantum Leap.
No, let's go for Enterprise.
Yeah, great, fantastic. Thank you for joining us in listening to Warp Factor Unknown. I've been your host, Dan, and I've been joined by my co-host, Tom.
Great to be here. Looking forward to the next episode.
Today we talked about Lower Decks Season 1, Episode 1, Second Contact. Join us next time as we take a deep dive into the Star Trek universe and we discuss Enterprise's Season 4, Episode 8, Awakening. Thank you for your continued support. If you would like to contact us, please email us at warpfactorunknown@outlook.com. The music we've used for our podcast is called Starfleet Command by Jeff Harvey. It may not be Jeff Harvey. Jeff somebody, damn it. We're keeping it in, let's go, fine. Okay.
His name is now Jeff Harvey.
His name is now Jeff Harvey, oh man. I'm sure Jeff won't mind. Thank you, Jeff.